Last year I had in plan to travel through Chile for 5 weeks, but due to cheaper flights I ended up going also to Argentina, Bolivia and Peru. So in this video I'll show what I managed to see in Patagonia. After maybe 35 hours of flights and transfers, I arrived in Punta Arenas, from where I went straight to Puerto Natales by bus. From there I headed to Torres del Paine Park to do the W trek that usually takes 5 days to complete. Due to not ideal conditions I had to leave out the middle part, and while being self-sufficient I managed to do the 74 kilometers trek in 4 days. I've completed the circuit counterclockwise, which allowed me to see the best last and had other advantages too. In the afternoon of first day, I trekked 19 kilometers to Glacier Grey. Patagonia is known for strong winds, and on this night it reached a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. Staying in tent was great, but the loud wind kept me half awake all night long. On second day, I descended 19 kilometers to Camp Paine Grande, and from there I continued 8 kilometers to Camp Italiano. Patagonia is also known for the always changing weather, and so you can experience 3 different seasons in 15 minutes. The French Valley was closed due to bad weather, so I couldn't see it, but this is what it looks like on Google. I fetched my water from the rivers and creeks directly. Each camp had a designated place for cooking, and this was the only wild animal I saw in 4 days. Third day was the most exhausting because the 26-kilometer long trek ended up in a steep ascent. the morning of 4th day, I hiked 1 kilometer to the Torres del Paine and then descended 10 kilometers to the gates of the park. From Puerto Natales, I went on a one-day-long trip to Argentina to visit the Perito Moreno glacier. This is one of the few glaciers in the world that is still growing, however this is caused by very specific weather conditions. Here you can compare the multi-story high boat to the height of the glacier.
For a long time, I've been just a very lonely guy. And it's my fault, yeah. But anyway, that's all gonna be behind me kinda soon.
From Chilean Puerto Natales, I rode the bus for 17 hours to Argentinian Ushuaia. It's necessary to catch a ferry to Tierra del Fuego, which is basically an island that belongs to both Chile and Argentina. Ushuaia is a well-developed, very touristic town, which is the point of departure for trips to Antarctic, and it also has many street dogs. Together with Dan and Nicole, who I met in Torres del Paine, we did the coastal trek of Tierra del Fuego National Park. The beavers, introduced by people, are overpopulated, and their dams are the cause of many problems. In the morning of the next day, we hiked a little in the mountains. And in the afternoon, we did the educational boat ride to see sea lions firsthand. Unfortunately, the ever-talking tourist made it really hard to record their sounds.
The male, that is the big one, weighs up to 300 kilos. That's why they are only a few.
Okay.
Not everybody. The male, because they live in current. One male has a group of females. The females have 11 months of gestation period.
On a nearby island lived a smaller species with thicker fur, and we got really close to them. Afterwards, we got to pilot the boat, and then we got out on an island and we were explained how the indigenous people used to live here. At 4 in the morning, I got on a 35-hour bus ride to El Bariloche with a short delay at the ferry because of strong winds.